Welcome everyone to Knox Game Design for May 2025. My name is Levi Smith. So this month I'm going to be talking about a topic that I probably should have covered a long time ago, but really hasn't ever been discussed. Screenshots, how to take a screenshot of your game to use on websites or on distribution platforms, things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. I don't have a lot of slides, but basically going to go over 3 methods for capturing a screenshot. The first method, which has been around for a long time, probably since Windows 95, maybe in Windows 3.1, is your print screen. Got a picture of it right there. It should be on pretty much everybody's computer, right above your home key and all that. It's either print screen or PRT SCN. So I'm going to show an example of that. Just going to use Jeffrey's game from the Game Jam as an example because there's a lot of stuff going on in this game. So start game. So doing a lot of stuff here. So say at some point, this is kind of a difficult method for taking a screenshot because you got to play the game and press the button at the same time. So we got stuff going on. Print screen. So if you press the print screen by itself, what you can do, if you don't have anything else installed, you can use good old Paint. Go to Paint and then just do paste, paste. And there's your screenshot right there. So what you can do now, they do have a cropping tool built into Paint right here. So you can just grab the area that you want. I might have to scroll around a little bit. Let's just grab that area right there and do crop. So we got it cropped out. Then we can go to File, Save As. And probably for most games, let's put it in screenshots here. For most games, you'll probably want to do a JPEG for most purposes. So just going to call it Knox Game Design 001.jpg. So we got our JPEG, so now we can use that on our website, or if you're submitting your game, like itch.io or somewhere. Let's see here. So I feel like everybody probably knew about print screen, but one thing you may not know is the alt print screen. So I'm going to run this game, this Blocks and the Beery game that I created a long time ago. I'm going to run it in 800 by 600 in windowed mode. So it comes up in a window. So we're playing our game here. It's in windowed mode. So I'm going to hold Alt and press print screen. And just like with the other one, just go ahead and go to File, New, and paste that in. So when you do Alt print screen, it makes it nice and only captures the area of the active window. Let's do File, Save As. Let's just call it Knox Game Design 002. So here's our Knox Game Design 002. So it comes up nice and already cropped for you and everything else, which is a pretty neat tool. So yeah, that's a good way to get a screenshot. A couple of methods without going out and installing anything, just using Windows by itself. The next method is the snipping tool. Snipping tool has some nice features. I'll go back to Jeffrey's game, try again. So snipping tool should come installed with Windows 10 and above. So you just type in snipping tool, should be installed by default right there, and it'll come up in a window right here. Has some different options. You can do a freeform. I usually just do the rectangular snip. There is a delay where you can give it a little bit of time before it actually does the capture. But again, with the snipping tool, you got to kind of play your game and then go. So this is where delay could be nice. So I'm going to do a 5-second delay. Then I'm going to press New, Continue. So I'm playing my game. Okay, now it's going to stop everything, and then I'm going to drag my cursor and grab that right there. I don't know if that came through or not. But so that's a little bit better than just print screen. It gives you a little bit of time to capture, to play the game before it captures. So you can actually be playing it while it captures. So let's do File, Save As. Go back to our screenshots. Save it as Knox Game Design 003. Yeah, so there it is, right there. So the third method is a little bit more involved. I'm gonna have to stop the stream while I do video capture. So basically what I'm gonna do, because I'm actually recording this using OBS, Open Broadcaster, but what I'm gonna do is stop the recording, do a recording of this game right here for the next method, which is I call it the OBS VLC. VLC is a VideoLAN video device. In the past, I've also used like Fraps, which creates AVI files. That works as well. It's pretty nice, but I don't know what I'd call this. It's like the recording and grab a frame method. Record and grab a frame out of the recording. So let me stop recording. Okay, so I'm back. So OBS, this may look a little bit weird, like a funhouse mirror, but basically this is OBS. What I did is I just did a recording using start recording, using some of the basic settings. I think I just did like a go into video, you can set the resolution and the output type, or you should do like an MP4, things like that. So that's OBS. And so what I did is I went and created a recording of me playing Jeffrey's game. So by default, it will open up in Windows Media Player. So this is me playing Jeffrey's game right here. What you want to do is open it up in VLC. Okay, so here's VLC. I'm going to go to Media, Open File. Then I'll find my video of me playing Jeffrey's game. And so here it is right here. So what's nice about this is like say, hey, I want to capture the exact moment that one of these enemies explodes. Just go through here and kind of scrub to the point that I want to find. Say, let's find like where that guy's blowing up right there. So that's what's nice. It's got a frame by frame tool. So you can get the exact frame that you want. Just frame by frame, go through here. So there's one exploding right there. So hey, I like that. So now what you can do is you can go to video and take snapshot, and then it'll save it into your whatever directory. I think it's an option. I have it set to the screenshots directory, my screenshots directory, so it automatically put it in here. It does put it in as a PNG file, but there you go, right there. There's the screenshot of that one little thing blowing up that I selected right there. So yeah, that method is really nice for getting an exact frame, going frame by frame, figuring out what you want. The only downside is there may be some compression with the MPEG 4, so it isn't like lossless. Like I said earlier, there's other tools you can use to get an AVI, and AVI should be lossless if you want an exact screenshot. So now that we have our screenshot, we don't want all this stuff around it and everything. So here's where we go into the cropping and scaling. So let's say I want to use Gimp. I like Gimp. It's free, open source, I believe. But you do have to go out and install it. Just go to File, Open, go to our screen, whatever directory we have for our screenshots. And then here's a screenshot that we got right there. So you can actually select this rectangular snipping tool, just grab from one corner to another like that. You can actually like zoom in and get this exactly precise if you need it exactly perfect. You can move these corners around just using control and mouse wheel. Then you can right click, image, and then crop to selection right there. So now we just have that. So now file, then we want to export as, and then we call it Knox Game Design 004.jpg. Export that. And I'm just going to use the default. So now we got it in our screenshots directory, Knox Game Design 004. Open that up. So yes, the nice screenshot right there, all cropped out. So this is itch.io right here. So the thing is, like if you're wanting to use a screenshot for like the cover image right here, they say they have specifications like 315 pixels by 250 or recommended 630 by 500. So what I would do if I wanted to use this as a cover image, then I'd go through here and I'd go to image and then go to scale image. Then I'd do, what was it, 630 by 536 right there. So it wants 630 by 500. So what I would do is I'd take the number that makes the other one a little bit bigger, if that makes sense. You have to play around with the width and height. So since this comes out to 630 by 536, that's okay. But if it's 630 by like 400, then I'd make the height 500. So I'm going to scale that. And so you can see at the top it's 630 by 536. So what I'd do now is we can zoom this in a little bit. So I would go in here and go to image and then go to canvas size. And then I'd set this to 500. Press tab. It's going to bring around this little bounding box right here. So it depends on what you think's important. Like if I don't think the meter at the top is important, I'll drag it down and just get the bottom part, or you can press center, then it'll center it up. But I think I'm just going to drag that down, press resize. So there we go. It cropped out the score and the meter, but you really don't need that in your cover art. So you can go file, export as, I'm just going to call it Knox Game Design 005. Export that. And another thing, if we need to lower the file size, you can drag this quality bar down right here. Let's say we just want it to like 60 to reduce the file size. So we can, and sometimes it gives you like an estimated file size. So we can press export. Now if we go back, go to our screenshots, go to screenshot 005. You can see right here it's 630 by 500, which is the recommended size for the cover art. And you can see it right there, so that'd be our cover art. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just a quick talk. Something that is very important if you're submitting a game, putting it out there. You want some good looking screenshots. And if you're just doing the basic method, I just want to give people an idea of some other methods that are available to get better screenshots using video capture and going frame by frame. We talked about cropping, resizing, scaling, and how to compress our images. So that's going to wrap it up for May 2025. Hopefully everybody found it useful and interesting, and I'll plan on being back in a month.